Good afternoon, guys. What's up? So this is going to be part 2 of the shop roof build. Pretty much just picking up right where I left off in the last video. As you can see behind me, this is what I finished in the first video. Getting that wall built up, getting the first rafter in place, and then of course prepping, all of these and getting them ready to be put together for the other rafters. So this is just going to be continuing right on from where I stopped the last video. I haven't really done any more work since then. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And let's get to work. All right, so I'm already tired and sweaty, and I had to relocate all of this wood because if you remember right, I had it going into this room here, and I had some over here, and just it was all over the place, and I was having a hard time trying to work with this just because these are 24 feet long. They're pretty heavy. It's just a lot. So what I did is I took a tarp, just attached it to the inside of the doorway, ran some piping out, your standard kind of carport piping, and basically just extended out a little awning over this part so I can have this wood here without having to worry about it getting, drenched in a rainstorm, because it's been raining more recently, and now this time of year, it's December now, so it's going to be raining more often. So this is the current setup that I have. I have the 4 rafters that are completely done, ready to be assembled. I have the other back half of the rafter and then the small pieces. So part of what I'm going to be working on off camera is getting the rest of these cut up with the decorative rafter tail, getting the back section cut to match these here, the little cutout, getting another 8 sets of pieces cut up for the back side of the roof, and then start putting them together. So I'm not really going to show too much of that on camera because I pretty much showed all that in the first video, and you guys don't need to see that again because it's kind of boring anyway. So this is where I'm going to leave it for right now. It'll be just a second for you guys, but when I come back, hopefully I have all of these done. All right. Hi, buddy. So I have all of the rafter tails cut. Oh, what's up, creeper? So I have all the rafter tails cut now on all of the 24-foot 2x12s. So next I'm going to rotate these and set them up so I can start cutting in all of the purlin slots. Whew. Okay, so current progress update. It is raining like crazy, super windy. There's actually a blizzard warning right now in Hawaii. 2 places in the United States where there's blizzard warnings. One's Alaska, one's Hawaii. Go figure. So up on Mauna Kea, obviously, it's snowing and all that, but we're getting all the rain and everything down here. So where I am now, I have all of the rafters, have all the purlin notches cut in them. And then I've also started assembling the trusses. So I have 4 trusses together so far. Let me flip this. So I have 4 trusses together so far. And that is because I need to go get more mending plates. I originally only bought 10 because I was thinking I was going to just do, the first 5, because that's what I had cut up originally. But I want to get them all built now so I can put them all up at once. So I need to go get 18 more of those so that I can finish building all these. But I also need to build the back half of the truss section. So I have to make 9 of those and 9 of those little corners before I can continue anyway. So that'll be my next thing, is getting those done. And then started marking out if it shows up. So I have all my 16-inch marks on there. So yeah, I got to do that up on this side now, but it's pretty much just, like I said, going to be lined up on top of each one of those vertical beams is going to be where there's a truss. So I didn't really need to do the marks up there. Whew. I'm out of breath. So all of the trusses are done now. Rafters. I don't know if these are really considered trusses. I just have this little back piece, so. Whee. Hey, it almost spells my name again. So these are done. Today is Friday, and I have a buddy of mine coming over on Sunday to help me put these up, as long as it's not raining. So hopefully Sunday these will be going up. All right, well, it looks like today it's gonna happen. It's a little cloudy, but also, you know, sunny. So my buddy Gabe is gonna be on his way over here in about 30 or 40 minutes. I am going to start dismantling all of this. So basically all of this piping is gonna come down up to, I think up to that joint. So all these 2x4s, all this piping, I'm going to end up rolling the tarp all the way back over to that point. It will still stay attached over there. Once these trusses go up, then the tarp's going to have to go back over it until I can get the metal ordered. So we'll see how we do today. So that's pretty awesome. So right now everything is just sitting up there. Nothing is actually secured in place. So my next step is going to be starting to put all the hurricane ties across the top, because that one I actually have to slip up into the cutout that I did, the bird's mouth, to get that one on. And then we'll be doing the hurricane ties on this side. So once I get all those done and everything gets locked into the walls, then I will start putting the purlins on and getting all those screwed in. So I'm not sure if I will get the piece of fascia on the front, but look at this. Yeah. That's pretty cool looking. All right, we get to work. All right, all the hurricane ties are on the top and the bottom. I am still going to go up there with the nail gun, and I'm going to tow in all of these into the top rail in addition to the hurricane ties, because hurricane ties alone are, not enough. It's just that extra protection. And once I get that done, and look, it's sprinkling. Awesome. Hey, it's raining in the shop. So once I get all those towed in, then I'm going to start putting the purlins on. See the blue sky right there? Like perfect blue sky. And then right here, it's raining. It's just passing shower though. It'll be done in a minute. All right, on to it. All right, it is the next morning. I wanted to get the tarp back on there to sit overnight, but you can see the progress. And of course, in the last time lapse, you saw me putting all the purlins up. So that's all done now, up to this beam. I think I'm going to end up holding off on putting these on because they're going to stick out about 4 feet past the wall. And I'm just not sure how I'm going to be able to attach the tarp. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out and I'll end up doing it. But what I'm going to focus on today is getting all the house wrap up on these upper sections. There's no house wrap here. That's just the tarp folded over. So I want to get the house wrap up on all these sections because now that top tarp doesn't really go over that much, so I don't want to get any more wind-blown rain coming in. But yeah, it's held up pretty good, even though the tarp's all kind of wrinkly and has pockets, so I'll try and straighten it up a little bit. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fascia piece put on out here, and that as well is going to end up sticking out about 4 feet. But for now, that part's fine because it'll eventually tie in. You know, there will be a fascia piece going up the side here once the purlins are extended out. And then what that will allow me to do is to get an accurate measurement, and then I can order the metal. So I may end up putting these purlins up till I get the metal, because then I can just kind of do it all in one shot. Because these purlins are going to have to be cut to the distance, because I don't know exactly when you lay out. I know the metal is 3-foot pieces, but there's a little bit of an overlap. I don't know if it's 2 inches or 3 inches or what it is, to know exactly what it is going to be out here. So basically I'm going to end up having 7 pieces of steel, so it'll be roughly 21 feet. This distance right now is about 17 feet, so that'll give me my 4-foot overhang. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to work. I don't know if I'll really film much of this. I might just come back when it's done, when it's up, as far as the house wrap. And I also wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Gabe, who came over. You saw him in that first series of time lapses, helping me put the rafters up, the trusses up. Gabe is also a blacksmith. He's from Oahu and recently relocated with his wife here to Big Island. So they live in Volcano. So you'll probably see Gabe on future videos, especially once we start, you know, once the shop is up and running and I start, you know, forging again, which I can't wait to get to that point, because it's been 2.5 years, I think, since I made a knife or forged a knife. I did stop at Gabe's shop on Oahu when we were there for a visit one time, and I did a little bit of forging. I was working on a railroad knife, or a railroad spike knife, just to get something forged out. But yeah, I haven't made a knife in 2.5 years, I think. Probably even getting closer to 3 years, maybe. Roughly, yeah, because it's almost 3 years since I moved here. In April, it'll be 3 years. So anyway, I want to say thanks to Gabe for that help. And then also my neighbor George popped in on the second time lapse. He was helping me get the purlins up. So I want to say thanks to both those guys. If you want to check Gabe out, he's on Instagram. His Instagram name is 5 Shield Forge, which is, you know, for the Big Island, because it's made up of 5 shield volcanoes. So 5 Shield Forge. If you want to check him out. I don't think he's made anything recently either, because he just moved and all of his stuff is packed up, and he has to build a shop now too. So that's something I'm going to be helping him with here in the next few weeks. His shop's going to be quite a bit smaller though. He just wants like a 12 by 16. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so I have the house wrap up here and all there. I have one little corner right there that I don't want to cut up, because all I have left is the full span of house wrap. So I'll wait until I get to the point. There's also one little part there that there's no house wrap. So I'll wait till I get to the point where I'm starting to do the office, and then I'm using the house wrap on there. And then when I have some scraps, I'll fill in those pieces. But that's done. So now I'm getting ready to put the fascia board on out here. All right, so first piece of fascia is on, and as you can see, this end is just over 4 foot overhang. So since I don't know exactly where that roof is going to end, I'm leaving these long as well as the purlins once I put them up. And then it'll all get trimmed to whatever size it needs to be. So that board was a little warped. If you notice in the time lapse, I had to use clamps all the way down to line everything up, but it's on there. Sleep. All right, I think I'm about to just wrap this video up. I had to kind of redo my piping up here because now I have this 2x12 on there. So I basically just put a little extension on the piping, and it's got an eyelet on the other side, so it's just on the other side of that. I did that on all those ends, up there as well. And then if you look here, that is basically the line where my wall is going to be, coming from here going up. So that is where the 2x12 ledger board will get mounted to, that will run this way. And then the ledger board will come across here, tie into this section of wall. So most likely, as I start working on this next section of the roofing, I'm going to build this wall of the office up. That may be a little while because I'm going to need to get a window, because I'm going to be putting a window in this wall. So I got to go find a window that would work. Something that's like a, I don't know, a 2 foot by 4 foot if they have something like that, or 3 foot by 4 foot. And then this is basically going to end up being an 8-foot wall. It'll have a window in it. The window will be kind of high because the top of this is right about 5 feet. So I may just have to get a thin window that doesn't actually open, just to let light in. So I'll have to see what they have and then figure it out. And then I'll end up building this wall, which is going to have an opening here. Let me go up and change directions here. So I'll end up building up this wall, so it'll basically come up to where the ledger board comes across, and then it'll come down on this side, and then from there it'll continue up till the whole wall is 8 foot. And then actually I may end up, I don't know, I might even make it shorter than that, because this doesn't need to be 8 feet on this side. This is basically going to be where my desk is. It's going to be a built-in, so it's not like anyone's going to be walking there. So I'll find the window first, then I'll figure out the wall, and then I'll get the ledger board on. And then I can start working on all of these rafters here. Oh, hi. Another thing, I guess, that I'm going to be working on, well, once these are up, then I can build out this wall. And then this wall here, of course, is going to just be a straight wall going up for the office. My plan is to have a window in this wall, a window in this wall, a small window in this forward-looking wall. I'm not going to be able to have a window here because the top of that is actually over 6 feet. So unless it's another just, you know, thin window just for lighting, it definitely won't be a window that I can really look out of or open up. So that's about it. I do have a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I have several projects, of course, as always. I am trying to make videos of that stuff, so I'm sure you guys have seen in the background, like I'm getting my equipment set up, so I have a video that I'm working on for that. I'm sure you've noticed the toolboxes and the wood on the bench. So I'm getting ready to build a workbench. That's all actually individual pieces, kind of like the one on the ground. So that's actually eucalyptus rough sawn, or it's a mill finish. So I'm going to put all those together, make a workbench. I'm also in the process of building a new anvil stand, which is this big chunk of monkey pod here. So yeah, I have several other videos in the works. I'm also going to start running electrical, so I already got, if you guys notice in the background, there's a bunch of electrical boxes. So I have 4 other things that I'm working on, shop related, in addition to doing the roof. But of course, the roof is going to be priority. The other stuff is just going to get finished when it gets finished. Now that this section is up, I'm actually going to put in an order for the metal and just order this section, because this is going to be 24-foot pieces. And then over here, this is going to end up just being, you know, like 16-foot pieces or whatever they end up being, 15-foot pieces, I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff happening still in the background. I'm trying to get videos out as often as I can, but it's just busy, you know. So there's many things in the pipeline, so please stay tuned. Please keep watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I will see you guys on the next video. Aloha.